Guys, it's almost midnight, and I wasn't going to make this video tonight, but I think that Bitcoin might do something that not a lot of people are expecting, and I think that Bitcoin might do it relatively soon. So I felt as though it is my responsibility to make this video. Now, this is something that my VIP members in the Discord have known about for quite some time now. I think about a week or so, maybe a week and a half, we talked about this. But again, I feel as though it is my responsibility to talk to you guys about this and let you know, because I don't want people to get burned, and I think that not a lot of people really understand how bearish this can get. Now, full disclosure, I'm notoriously known as of late for being a perma bear, and I let my VIP members know as of about 10 days ago or so that I'm going to flip even a lot more bearish. And I'm going to explain why, okay? And it's really because of one number, and we're going to go over it here. But I want to bring it to your attention because this might happen tonight. This might happen tomorrow. This might happen, it could happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could happen. First things I want to talk about is that I'm actually in a short, okay? We hit a short zone, I think it was yesterday. We hit a short zone. We entered the trade. You got bearish divergence here on the 4-hour time frame on Market Cipher. And so things are not looking super, super bullish at this moment in time. Now, if we come back up to this zone, I will look to add to my shorts. That's not the purpose of this conversation right now that I'm having with you. But I do want to talk about one level that I think is very important. I just wanted to show you this. A lot of sentiment right now around Bitcoin is what I'm seeing is 50-50. When I say sentiment, what I meant to say is my TA people, okay? The people that I am following or other creators or whatever seem to be very on the fence, whether they're on the fence or whether people are just adamant that it has to go up or people are adamant that it has to go down, right? I'm just seeing a very split down the middle / people don't really know what's happening right now. And I understand because price action has been relatively choppy, but I'm going to make it a lot easier for you to understand just so that you know in general what is possible. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm saying that it is possible. And I'm saying just do not be ignorant to the idea. Guys, the very important level that I want to talk about is this level right here, which is 55,853. Okay, we're going to put a horizontal line there. We're going to come back to that in just 1 second. But before we do that, I want to talk about the range that we're in. Many people, as you know, trade ranges, and many people, as you're hoping you're one of them, know that ranges will, in general, trade from side to side. Okay, you typically will trade from side to side. So a lot of people are calling this a range, and it absolutely is a range. You know what? Let me actually make it a box so that you guys can see it very nicely with color. Okay, this white level here is absolutely, unequivocally, a range on Bitcoin. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about 55,832 is because many people are seeing this as your range, which again, we just established is a range. However, what they're not understanding is that we actually almost confirmed this box as a larger range with this wick here, okay? The reason I say almost is because when I draw my range tool, which is my fib, and I get to the 50% line, we almost hit this level. Now, we didn't hit it 100%, but we almost hit it. And after having such a large move to the downside, you would expect a range of some sort. Getting this close to the 50% line, which is what would actually confirm your range. How far did we get off of this? We were off by less than 0.5%. Okay, $200, give or take. We missed the range by. By missing the range by $200 or so, after having such a large move to the downside, I believe it is irresponsible to not consider this larger box, or this larger, I guess now light gray box, a range of its own. And what did we say at the beginning of the video? We said that ranges will rotate from side to side. Well, if this is our confirmed range now, remember, technically we didn't hit it, but I mean, $200, less than $200 after getting this much of a percent move to the downside, like I'll take that. $20,000 move to the downside, you miss the range by $200, I'm going to take it, and I'm not going to be ignorant to this idea. So we know ranges move side to side, but now we're in the top half of the larger range. Okay, let's dump the low one for a second. We're in the top half. And whenever you're at the highs of the range, you should be looking to short. And whenever you're at the low of the range, you should be looking to long. So in other words, this is considered the discount section, and this is considered the premium section of our range. And so while a lot of people don't really know and don't really understand what's going on right now, which I get because, price action has been very choppy. There's no denying that. I think a lot of people are not really realizing that we actually almost, but good enough for me, confirmed this more macro range. And so this original short position that I showed you at the beginning of the video here, I don't know where the original short position is. I think it was this one here. No, it was this guy. This position has a target down to approximately 51.5K. I'm not saying it's going to get there. I'm not going to not take profits if we come down to these lows, for example. Obviously, this is like an end goal. Well, I mean, really, the end goal target would be the range low. But I'm not going to sit here and say that it can't do that because it absolutely can. And just alone, judging by range theory, you should be looking for shorts up here. You shouldn't be looking for longs because now we are in the premium section of this range. Earlier today or yesterday when we took the short from up here, you were also in the premium section of the smaller range. So it's very, very easy. But as soon as we tap this, and remember, I mean, on this day, what day was it? August 15th. I told my VIP members, today's what, the 20th? 5 days ago, that I'm flipping my tune a lot more bearish because whether we SFP this high, right? Because I have a short ready up here, or whether we hit this short here, which was yellow because this is my favorite short, and so far it's working out. Whichever one it hits, I'm now seeing this as a more macro range. And when you do that, you can now start pulling the volume on the more macro range. And we are just at the point of control. Now, when we were actually up at the top, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the point of control was actually a lot higher. The point of control was up here. So the point of control actually now zipping its way down lower is more bearish than it is bullish because we're spending more time here. What do we know about value areas? Typically, when you deviate the value area high, you will make your way down to the value area low. Now, this was obviously not the developing value area. Let me get rid of the gray box now because we know it. This was not the developing value area high at the time. And that's not the point of this video. We don't need to go ahead and do that. But the point of the video is saying that nobody right now is talking about how we're not in this little range. This is not your range now. This larger box is your range. And when it comes to range theory, you got to know that you typically will rotate your way down to the low of the range. So I'm short. I'm chilling on the short. I've already taken profit, stops at entry. But when you have this much of a gap in your range, you cannot be surprised if you make your way down to that gap. Now, we have longs prior to coming to this low. You guys know how I feel about this low. You guys know how I would prefer that we actually do come and take this low, because then that would give you a proper accumulation for Bitcoin to truly go higher. There's no doubt that Bitcoin is struggling, and it's no surprise where it's even struggling from. We rejected perfectly off of the macro range value area low. So it's very evident that nobody wants Bitcoin here. Like okay, I can't say nobody, but the market does not want to trade Bitcoin at higher prices right now. Currently, this is a fact because we're rejecting once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. We're rejecting this value area low. We're unable to get above it, which means the market does not want to trade Bitcoin at these higher prices that we were in for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, however long it was. And if it's not going to go up, then that means it is very likely to go down, especially after we just built a case as to why it could go down, which is just simple range theory, again, that nobody's talking about. So I wanted to just make this very quick update because if we have a dump overnight or over the next day or over the next 2 days, I don't really want you to be surprised because, again, sentiment is what I'm seeing anyway is still up only. People are still very bullish. And then for the traders that I'm seeing, don't really, they're either neutral or they don't really know which direction it's going to go. And I can't tell you either. I react to the market. I can't tell you which way it's going to go either. But right now, it's looking more like it wants down than it wants up. And it makes sense to me in general to have a larger time frame accumulation. As I mentioned, I like to see big accumulations over time. I want to see Bitcoin go down like it did and then stay down, not do this V-shaped garbage that leaves liquidity behind, because at the end of the day, all that leads to is another further dump, right? Liquidity, dump, no accumulation, no accumulation, liquidity, dump, no accumulation, liquidity, dump, no accumulation, liquidity. Why can't we just dump again? Well, the answer is we definitely can, especially when we're rejecting this value area low. So, that's what I'm looking at right now. We'll see how it goes over the next couple of days, but I wanted to make this video as a quick warning to you and say, look, I'm not saying it's going to do this, but don't think that, hey, we can't come lower, because since we put this wick in, I told you guys, I'm flipping my tune a lot more a lot more bearish, because it is now possible for us to come and hit the order blocks that are down here, or even worse or better, depending on your point of view of the market. It's now possible to come back and take the low and then probably give you that proper accumulation. Why are we rejecting this value area low? Perhaps we need to actually accumulate over time down at these lows and then get our parabolic move to the upside, right? Because clearly what's been happening isn't working, right? If it's going to go up, it's probably going to go up and take the all-time high. Well, why isn't it going up, right? Every time it came here without accumulating, it tried and it failed miserably, and then it just got smacked down. So why is this time any different? I would like to see an accumulation. That's not what this video is about, but this video is about is about letting you know that your range is no longer this. It is a range, but the bigger and probably safer range to play is this. And I mean, really, in both of those ranges, you were in premium pricing, so you shouldn't have been longing anyway. But now you definitely, in my opinion, anyways, shouldn't be longing. At least not without understanding that we could come down here. You know, it's not going to be this up only fairy tale that everybody on specifically Twitter, same with YouTube, but specifically Twitter, is going to suggest. So guys, if you like the content, make sure to hit the like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe button with the notification bell so you don't miss out on timely updates like this, because like I said, this dump could happen, and this dump could happen as soon as even tonight, which is why I felt as though it is my responsibility to let you guys know now, even though it is midnight and I need to edit this video now and I need to go to bed. But you know, we'll see what happens. I'm short on Biddy. Hopefully I wake up in profit. I'm already in profit, so I either make money or I make more money. So I'm cool with either scenario, but just wanted to bring it to your attention. Everybody, have an amazing night. I shall see you next time. Peace out.